Hello and welcome to the Engine Man segment of the Successful Farming TV show. You know, today's modern farm equipment is really based upon electronics and electricity. And to do that, you have to make sure that you have a good, strong alternator and a good, strong battery that can accept that charge. Now, what I want to do is I'm going to take an alternator apart in front of you. This is actually a Delcatron alternator. It's from AC Delco, very commonly used on farm equipment and in different vehicles and different applications. And it's called a 10SI, and SI stands for Systems Integrated, and that means it has an internal voltage regulator. Even though this is a GM Delco alternator, basically most alternators today are patterned off of this, or what we would say in engineering that it has this DNA in it. So ahead of time, what I've done is I've already removed the other 3 bolts for the, that hold the case together, that will split the alternator, and I also marked, if I could find it, marked the case. Whenever you take an alternator apart, it's very important for you to mark the 2 pieces. The 2 pieces of the case so you can put it back in the proper clock position. Now, I'm going to split this into 2 pieces here. This is always dangerous, taking something apart on television. Now that we have the alternator apart, I'd like to take a few seconds and just walk through the different components. In this part of the shell, we have the rotor and the slip rings. The slip rings are where the brushes ride on the rotor and transfer the electrical power. On this part of the alternator, this part of the case, we have the rectifier bridge, the diode trio, the brush holder, and the internal voltage regulator. And this little component in here that looks like a condenser is strictly for radio noise, and obviously there's a bearing in both parts where the shaft rides. Now, a diode is a one-way electrical check valve. It only allows current to flow one way. And it is very important, if the diode is weak on this system, if the diode is weak, the charge light will glimmer, the alternator will charge, but the output will be low. But more important is that it'll feed it non-rectified AC. An AC sine wave looks like this, and the diode actually chops it to make look like waves on the ocean. And if you have unrectified AC going into a modern piece of farm equipment because of a weak diode, it'll mess up your yield monitor, mess up the engine controller and everything. Very simple to check any diode. It doesn't have to be at an alternator. One-way check valve. You take your ohm meter, put it on ohm scale, put 1 lead, positive or negative, on the feed, and then go to each terminal and read the meter. At that particular point, one way you'll have continuity. The next way you flip the leads and you should have no continuity. And that is all. It's showing the integrity of the one-way check valve. So keep in mind that an alternator that is charging but has a weak diode will impact modern electronics and farm equipment. If you have any questions on diodes, alternators, or anything else, please feel free to contact me at sfenginemanandagriculture.com, and you have a blessed day. I'll see you next time in the Firestone Farm Shop.
Hi, I'm Dave Mowitz. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit subscribe right here if you haven't already, and click that little bell right here to be notified when we post a new video. And click here to see more great videos.